as a world champion Muay Thai woman.
Yeah, I haven't figured that out.
You have to have a hard time with the men.
I do.
I bet you do.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you need to get a real one, like a real one. Like that's the only way it's gonna work.
Yeah, it doesn't. No. Yeah.
Imagine, it's hard out there for a pimp. It is, right?
So he was a great boyfriend, but we went out of country. We fought on the same card. He fought the day before me. I fought the next day. During the fight, he almost gets knocked out. As this guy is mauling him, he goes like this. What do you think I was thinking?
Not good thoughts.
The boyfriend.
That your
My boyfriend.
was-
Like this.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
No.
Did it turn you off?
Oh my God, so much.
Whoa.
I was like, dude, you're getting fucked up, and as you're falling to the canvas, you still need to go fuck you.
Wow.
You're like, you, like that.
So the way he
Has
was
to
getting
be.
beaten was fucking with you.
Yeah.
It wasn't just that he was getting beaten.
I don't
It was
care.
just
No,
that he was like
I
shying
don't care.
away.
Yeah, I don't care if
That he wasn't
You're
digging
not
in.
gonna. Yeah, like you gotta like take that.
Take it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a champ or like a fighter.
Right.
Yeah, you can't be like.
Wow.
That was,
Was that the
And he
beginning of the end?
yeah.
That was
And he
tap,
was a
tap,
great
tap. First couple of
boyfriend. He was
nails.
great.
Tap, 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 tap.
Yes, it was.
Tap, tap, tap.
It was.
Maybe sometimes it's like that's the problem. It's like the balance. The ones who are not going to be great boyfriends are the ones that are going to turn you on.
I understand.
Go on.
The biggest sexual organ in your body is your brain. And if there's something that turns you off, it turns you off. It's hard to explain. Now we have to go back to why it turns you off and everything and all that thing, but it's gonna mess with you. So that's pretty much what happened. Even though he was the greatest guy, there's like a blockage that happened that made her that turned her off. I understand where she's coming from. Whether I agree or not, man.
But when you're in your 40s and you're complaining about your dating prospects, and then you broke up with people because they got beat up in a mixed martial arts fight, that's probably why you're single.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Like, personally, I just feel zero sympathy for people who break up with people on such arbitrary reasons. You're 43 and single, you struggle, and you're like, what's going on? I can figure this out. It's like, can you though? At the end of the day, relationships are about compromise. If you're willing to break up with someone over something so frivolous as that, you deserve to be single. T'es pas prête.
You're not ready.
A knockout, my nigga?
Yeah. I understand. Like I'm saying, I take this as two separate things. Her saying that, and I'm like, I understand why you would say that and why you would break up. But if you link it to her being single, I'm like, well,
I figured it out.
No, that's where
I figured out what bothers me. Life's just is ups and downs. And if you're going to drop me because I had a down, you didn't like the way I went about and lost, then why would I want you as on my side as a partner? I feel like the guy who lost won.
Yeah, he won.
By getting rid of her.
He dodged a bullet.
You know what I mean? Like if
the bullet dodged him.
If I bomb, right, and then I yell at the crowd afterwards and I handle it terribly, I don't want a wife or a girlfriend who's gonna dump me right after, rather than someone who's gonna give me the advice I need to come back and be better. You know what I mean? Like I want somebody who's gonna have my back. And this girl just seems like a fair weather fan, ironically enough. Right?
Yeah.
When things are great, I support you. The one thing wrong, deuces. Like, and it's just crazy to me. Like somebody would demand loyalty and stuff like that. They can't yet see that they have no sense of loyalty. You know what I mean?
She's a wrestling a wrestling wife. You know when you watch wrestling, and the wrestler has a wife or a girlfriend, and whenever he wins, it's all good. But whenever he loses, she goes with the competition.
Yeah.
And then it starts. That's her.
It's not like he got beat up in a street fight that he started. It's a mixed martial arts fight. And someone gets knocked out, their first response is what? Either turtle or they put their hands out. You have a very natural response to something you cannot control.
What it is that it's like if he didn't really learn, like he's not to that champion thing. Then again, he's not in that champion state.
Now, even the best fighters get knocked out that way. The whole hand out or turtling, they all get knocked out. So this idea that you won't do this or you won't do that, they all do it. The mightiest guys start turtling up when they take a badass liver bro or whatever. So for you to sit there and be like, I can't understand, you gotta be like, most people never get knocked out like that.
I'm not excusing the fact of what she's saying. I'm like, I understand where she could come from. I don't necessarily agree with it.
I get it. You want to be understanding, that's fine. Me, it's stupid for someone in a mixed martial arts background to be shocked that someone gets knocked out and they go into those kind of positions. This person isn't even fighting on the main card, they're fighting on the undercard. So they're not even the most high level skilled person. You break up with a great boyfriend, a great partner, because of how they got knocked out. Now,
It's whack.
flip side. Maybe there are other things that she's picked up on that reflect that behavior, because rarely is it just about one thing.
Of course.
It's about an amalgamation of things,
I agree.
right? She wouldn't be with an alpha dude. He gets knocked out once. She's like, I'm out of here. Nobody does that.
At some point, if you complain that at your age you're going to be alone, I mean, you can't. There's a bunch of my friends that they're alone and they tell me how they go about their relationship and stuff like that. And I understand where they come from. But at the minute they're going to be like, I'm alone and this and that, I'm like, no, girl, no. You see, you're doing this, that. I understand it's hard, but you can't complain. It's the complaining for me.
It's the complaining, yes. You know, but like, is it not possible that this person is just looking for reasons to break up with somebody?
It's a possibility.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
if
but
you're
bro-
gonna break up with somebody because you don't like the way that they stepped on a leaf, right? They step on a leaf, you break up with them. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, I can understand that you love nature, and based off how he stepped on the leaf, I'm gonna be like, you're being unreasonable. You're just looking for reasons, and then for you to sit there and be like, I'm single and it sucks.
Again, it could be just things that had it up together.
Yeah.
All right, it could be all of that, and she just pinned it on that.
The last thing a girl wants who's like a professional fighter.
Or if somebody was really smart, you know,
Yeah, but even if the guy's really smart,
because then they like, as long as they ace me somewhere.
Yeah, that shit makes no sense, bro.
As long as they can beat me somewhere.
Yeah, it's self-inflicted. This really is. Fine, you can have those ideas of what you like and what you don't like, and you always fine. You can have that, but
Yeah.
you can't complain that it's limited. You can't complain that it's you who did that. It's you.
no, you need a killer.
No, what bothered me about that was like, you're a fighter, but you're not being a fighter.
Right.
Fighting is the action of fighting, but you it's not because you lose that you're not a fighter anymore. So Mike Tyson, he lost a couple of bouts. He's not a fighter anymore. We can't. No, you lost. You're not a fighter. You're not being a fighter. Being a fighter doesn't equate to always winning. It's fighting. It's
Well, you're worried that if the shit hits the fan, that's what every woman is worried. If the shit hits the fan, how do you react? How do you react? And you don't really know until you see someone react when the shit hits the fan. And when you see the shit hitting the fan, you see them going, yikes, ah! You're like, fuck, I can't count on you.
he can't count on you either when is hitting the fan.
Facts.
Like you looked at him and hit the fan, and you're like, oh, I can't
fact.
rely on you.
That's fact.
But he can't rely on you because hit the fan, and you was not there to support him. So same, and you end up alone. It's pretentious.
What is?
She is pretentious. You know, when the fan, you're not gonna be there, but you're not there yourself.
Right.
But you're righteous in your way of. It's pretentious. So there's a little bit of pretension in there.
See, I think he would have been better outside of the fighting situation
Outside.
if the shit hit the fan.
Oh, so
So
in
for
the real
me,
world.
it was definitely like
Right.
fighters' ego. Like, nah, dude, you need to have more pride
Right.
than that.
I mean, people
Yeah,
make
that's true.
mistakes. People panic. People learn from those mistakes. I mean, there are people that fold in fights that come back way stronger and will never fold because they folded before and they felt it because they made
Yeah.
a mistake. You know, you make a split-second decision in the middle of a fight, and and something inside you it exposes weakness that maybe you weren't prepared for the world to see. And then when you feel the pain of that weakness, you make a vow that you're never going to experience that again. That's entirely possible. I feel like mental strength is not, I don't think you either have it or you don't have it. I don't buy that. I think you can develop it. I think you can build it. And I think mental toughness and just the ability to persevere is something that you can cultivate.
Let's see if she's understood it.
I really believe that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So maybe he
It's like
needed
a
to
callus.
feel shying away and feel you going, hey, mother. When you're getting hit, don't do any of this shit. Maybe someone
Yeah.
needs to hear that, so then when it's happening, they go, F that, I'm not doing this anymore.
Dig
and then they
deep. Yeah.
dig deep and step to the side or clinch or do
It's just
something.
like go
Fight
out like a
back.
warrior.
Yeah.
You know?
Or figure your way, a better response to the situation. Then again, sometimes you get clipped and your neuromuscular system just goes, and everything's just off. It's just you're not responding right because your system's getting shut
But
down.
it was more like, get away from me.
That's not good.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
She
No,
just
didn't get
ignored everything he said. It's
No,
crazy.
no.
But, you know,
And she's stuck on that warrior thing. And
Yeah.
That what it is to be a fighter. Fair, but it's fine. I mean,
yeah, people can want what they want. Again, it just comes down to that thing where it's like, I expect you more from you than what I'm willing to give myself. She listened to that whole thing that Joe said about like, sometimes you come back stronger and someone just needs to be in your corner. To let
Nah,
you know.
I didn't like that.
And she's like, yeah, cool, yeah, but he cowered. It's just interesting to me.
again, I understand what like separate issues for me. I'm like, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand the dynamics and where it's from. I understand the whole. Yeah, I get it. But then link to, ben là, si t'es tout seul, ma chum, t'es tout seul, là, ça va pas bien, ça te regarde là. It's your fault. It's all you.
You imagine if you were running some kind of company, goes under, you start drinking yourself to sleep every night because you're like just completely depressed by it, and your wife just dumps you right then and there. So, was she really loyal to you?
That happens.
You know what I mean?
Was she loyal to you or your wealth?
You know?
Ooh.
And then you have to, like, the audacity to walk around, like, self-righteously. And be like, can you believe what he did? No. Can you believe what you did? Sometimes people go through terrible things, and they don't handle it well.
Yeah.
And just because they don't handle it well does not mean that that's like the cue for you. They could be going through something terrible.
It's like
That's
the
it.
video that we covered about the girl that was with a guy and she dumped him, and because he was not doing good, and now he has a new girlfriend,
Yeah.
and now he's doing good.
Yeah.
So now she's pissed off.
Same idea. Yeah. I remember just watching this video and just being like, ugh, like, that's what made you dump a really good boyfriend. But hey, man, everyone has the right to dump whoever they want to dump. So do your thing. But like Breach said, just not going to feel bad for you.
Not at all.
Yeah. That's it.
To me, it's just a thing.
People do dump people for the most dumb reasons.
Of course. Shallow reasons.
Yeah.
Dumb reasons.
And it's not like habits. It's just like one-off things.
And they tell their stories. And I'm like, yo, boo boo, boo boo, boo boo, boo boo. You're sabotaging yourself. Maybe it's not, it's a way of saying that you're not ready for commitment or whatever, whatnot. I don't know what it is, but that's sabotage. Sabotage! Anyways.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's because I've been in fights, so I've been knocked and like rocked. Bro, remember I took one hit to like the liver, just
And we,
crumpled.
yes.
I was crumpled and I was like this.
Liver hits is my bitch.
You know what I mean? Or you ever been hit? You ever been hit in the behind the ear? That
It rings you.
Stephen Hawking's.
It rings you. You mean being dead?
Nah, I meant the whole.
Okay.
Malcaris. You know. This is the most ridiculous. But anyways, maybe you guys disagree. Maybe I f***ed on this video, but you guys can let us know in the comments below.
Yo quiero a mi morena, la rico que se ve, morena, mira como mueve, morena, mira como goza, morena, mira como toma, yo quiero a mi morena, la rico que se ve, morena, mira como mueve, morena, mira como goza, morena.